The Tale of Tommy and the Golden Wish. Once upon a time in a small picturesque village surrounded by rolling green hills and crystal clear streams, there lived a young boy named Tommy. Tommy was 10 years old, with a mop of unruly brown hair and twinkling blue eyes that were always filled with curiosity and wonder. He lived in a cozy cottage with his loving parents and his mischievous little sister Lily. Despite the humble and happy life they led, Tommy often found himself daydreaming about wealth and luxury. Tommy's best friend Ben was the son of the village baker, and together they would spend hours exploring the woods, climbing trees, and imagining grand adventures. One sunny afternoon, as they were playing by the stream, Ben told Tommy about a legend he had heard from his grandfather. It was said that deep in the heart of the forest, there lived a magical being who could grant a single wish to those pure of heart. Intrigued and excited, Tommy couldn't stop thinking about the legend. That night, as he lay in bed, he imagined all the wonderful things he could have if he were a millionaire. He pictured himself in a grand mansion, surrounded by toys and treasures, with servants to cater to his every whim. The idea was so enchanting that he decided he had to find this magical being and make his wish come true. The next morning, Tommy packed a small bag with some bread, cheese, and an apple, and set off into the forest. He didn't tell anyone where he was going, not wanting to be stopped. The forest was dense and mysterious, filled with the chirping of birds and the rustling of leaves. Tommy walked for hours, following the winding paths and trusting his instincts. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the forest, Tommy stumbled upon a clearing he had never seen before. In the center of the clearing stood an ancient oak tree, its branches stretching high into the sky. Beneath the tree sat a tiny elderly woman with silver hair and sparkling green eyes. She wore a cloak made of leaves and flowers, and her presence exuded an aura of magic. Tommy approached her hesitantly. "Excuse me, ma'am," he said politely. "Are you the one who can grant wishes?" The old woman smiled warmly. "I am indeed. My name is Alara, and I have the power to grant a single wish to those who truly believe. What is it that you wish for, young one?" Tommy's heart raced with excitement. "I wish to be a millionaire," he exclaimed, his eyes shining with anticipation. Alara looked at him thoughtfully. "Are you certain, young Tommy? Wealth can bring many changes, not all of them pleasant." But Tommy was too enthralled by his dreams of riches to heed her warning. "Yes, I'm sure. I want to be a millionaire." Alara nodded and waved her hand. A soft golden light enveloped Tommy, and he felt a strange sensation course through his body. When the light faded, Tommy found himself in the middle of a grand estate. The cottage was gone, replaced by a sprawling mansion with gardens, fountains, and stables filled with fine horses. At first, Tommy was overjoyed. He reveled in his newfound wealth, exploring every corner of the mansion and indulging in all the luxuries he had dreamed of. But as days turned into weeks, Tommy began to notice the drawbacks of his wish. His parents and sister were nowhere to be found, replaced by distant servants who catered to his needs but never engaged with him personally. The mansion, though grand, felt cold and empty. Tommy missed the simple joys of his old life, the warmth of his family, the adventures with Ben, and the sense of community in the village. He found himself growing lonely and unhappy, despite his wealth. The more he tried to fill the void with toys and treasures, the emptier he felt. One evening, as Tommy sat alone in the grand dining hall, he remembered Alara's warning. Desperate to undo his wish, he decided to return to the forest and find her. He slipped out of the mansion and made his way back through the winding paths of the forest, the memory of the clearing guiding his steps. When he finally reached the ancient oak tree, Alara was there, as if she had been waiting for him. Tears filled Tommy's eyes as he approached her. "Please, Alara," he begged, "I wish to be a boy again. I miss my family and my old life." Alara's eyes softened with understanding. "I warned you that wealth can bring unforeseen consequences, but your heart is still pure, and I will grant your wish." She waved her hand once more, and the golden light enveloped Tommy again. When it faded, he found himself back in his cozy cottage. His parents were in the kitchen, and Lily was playing with her dolls in the living room. The warmth and love of his home filled him with relief and joy. Tommy ran to his parents and hugged them tightly. He realized that true wealth was not measured in money or possessions, but in the love and connections he had with those around him. From that day forward, Tommy cherished his life in the village, never again longing for riches. He spent his days enjoying the simple pleasures and adventures with Ben, grateful for the lesson he had learned. And so Tommy grew up to be a kind and wise young man, always remembering the magic that had taught him the true meaning of happiness. The legend of Ilara and her wish lived on, a tale told to remind everyone in the village that the greatest treasures are those found in the heart.